If you're going to start a podcast on YouTube, here are the simple steps that you need to know. Wait a minute. Start a podcast on YouTube? Yes, you heard me right. YouTube has gone all in on the podcast game, and it would shock you how many people are listening to podcasts or watching podcasts using the YouTube platform. That's probably why you're here. And these are the simple steps you need to know to get your podcast started on YouTube. Obviously, you're going to want to go to YouTube Studio, log into your account, and move right over here to the Create button where we always create videos. When I click the Create button, we see all of the usual suspects, but we now see New Podcast. And when I click here, it says, do you want to create a new podcast or set an existing playlist as a podcast? Now, this is really cool. If you have a playlist that's a series of videos you've already done or audio clips that you've already put into a playlist that are a how-to or a series of events that you think could be a podcast, make it a podcast, because you can create multiple podcasts using the YouTube Studio. Or we can just say create a new podcast from scratch. Now, obviously, you're going to want to give this a title, My New Podcast. You're going to want to give it a description. Visibility, do you want to make this private, unlisted, public? One suggestion I would make here is you want to have a few episodes in the bank before you actually make your podcast public, because I know you're creating great content, but if someone finds your content and they don't have anything else to listen to, they're gonna forget about you. So you want to have 2 or 3 episodes ready to go, and then maybe 3 or 4 episodes behind those, maybe up to about 10 episodes ready to launch either all at once or over time every week or so.
It's been 1 week.
And one element that is required is creating a thumbnail. If you don't already have a thumbnail, you're going to want to hop over to canva.com. It's a free service that allows you to edit graphics and create videos and make presentations. It's really, really cool. Making a thumbnail there is going to be super, super easy. So here I have an image where I'm going to click and drag, and I now have the Create, Post, Repeat podcast thumbnail. By the way, you should be listening to my podcast, Create, Post, Repeat, where I talk to all sorts of creators about their content creation journey. And once we're done, we go ahead and select Create. And here's where we start adding our content. Do we have to start adding videos? Yes, but what if your podcast is just audio, but you want to cash in on the YouTube podcast game and spread your content out even further? Well, take your audio podcast, add a graphic above it using iMovie or something like that, and maybe some moving animations if you really want to make it pop a little bit more. Upload those as videos to YouTube podcast playlist that you just created, and now you've got your YouTube podcast playlist. But if your podcast is already in video format, start uploading here. And remember, all the same YouTube necessities apply. You need a great title, you need a great thumbnail. Once again, try out canva.com. You need a great description, and you want links to all of your stuff in there. You want YouTube sending your podcast episodes to the right people. And a few days later, you will start seeing your podcast pop up in YouTube Music and in the YouTube algorithms. So get creating. And if you're really interested in podcasts, you want to check out this video.